That was a disappointing victory. That was one of the more disappointing wins I've seen in quite some time. Hey, baby, I know you're having fun. That's my youngest over there. 108 penalty yards were accepted by Vanderbilt. We were incredibly undisciplined today. The offensive line got exposed once again for the second straight week in a row. And Quinn Ewers, for the life of me, he's not it, man. He's got to go. I wish he would have went to the draft the last season. He's got to go. He's overstayed his welcome. It's time for Arch to take over. I'm sick of this nonsense from Quinn Ewers. The tip interceptions, he threw 2 of them today. Both were his fault. How many batted tip passes do we see from Quinn week in and week out? Most of the time, they don't end up in interceptions. But he throws so many batted passes. It's pathetic. Or, let me rephrase, he has so many passes tipped and batted at the line of scrimmage. So many of them. As a quarterback, it is your fucking job to watch out for that. And people are like, well, you can't blame him for the tip passes. Yes, you can. If it's 1, okay. If it's 2, but if it happens every goddamn week that he plays, and it happened twice, and they both ended up in picks, it's his goddamn fault. It's his fault. It's his fucking fault. Quinn Ewers is not the goddamn guy, man. He's not. He's not the guy. I'm sick of this shit. Steve Sarkisian clearly doesn't trust Quinn Ewers to throw the ball downfield because all we were fucking doing today was check passes, screens. We were implementing so much trickery, swing outs, all this basically extensions of the running game. That's all we were doing, basically. That's all we were fucking doing. And I know Bond is out, but goddamn it, you still have a bevy of weapons out there who you can throw deep to. And Steve Sarkisian refused to push the ball downfield because he does not trust Quinn Ewers, and I don't blame him. I don't fucking blame him one bit. Brothers, if you see me like looking this way, I'm looking at my daughter and I'm looking at the A&M LSU game. Don't really care for A&M, but I want them to win tonight. It'll be much easier for the Longhorns to like get into the playoffs and to maintain a high ranking if A&M beats LSU today. So I'm going for them. But, brothers, this is, I hate to say this, but I feel ice cracking. We lost to Georgia last week, goddammit, and we got dominated in that game. But I just feel like the ice keeps cracking. And I hope they turn it around sometime soon. We got Florida next week. And then we got every game out is, even though they're not going to be against ranked opponents, it's still the SEC. You got Florida. You got Arkansas. You got actually A&M. They're 14th in the nation. I'm watching them now. They're going to be the last game of the season. So SEC play, and then we got Kentucky. Kentucky, they're not the greatest football program, but it's still SEC. They played Georgia tough this season. They're going to play us tough too. We got to get this shit together, man. And, you know, I get tired of those BS people that like to hate on the Longhorns and say, welcome to the SEC. Welcome to the SEC. Man, get the fuck out of here. But do they have a point now? Do they have a point? Barely getting by Vanderbilt? Vanderbilt. You mean to tell me you only scored 27 points and you only beat them by 3? That Vanderbilt? Vanderbilt. And I know they beat Alabama. But still, and I know they're number 25th in the nation, but God damn it, it's still Vanderbilt. That stadium only seats what? I think they had less than 30,000 fans in the stadium, and most of them were Texas fans, and we still do that. And I know Vanderbilt is revamped and all this shit, but it's still fucking Vanderbilt. It's Vanderbilt. Florida is going to give us a hell of a game next week. And I don't know what we're going to do with Quinn. I don't know what we're going to do with this offensive line, but something must be done. It has to be done now because we can't continue on in SEC play with this malaise that we got going on. Like, holy shit, dog. No. I'm out on Quinn. I've been out on Quinn for quite some time now. But damn it, I didn't think this vaunted offensive line would look bad as it has been for the last 2 weeks. Did you expect them to get dominated by Georgia? I didn't. I know I'm a Longhorns fan, but did anyone foresee that happening other than Bulldog fans and Longhorn haters? Who saw Georgia dominating at the line like that? I didn't think that was going to happen. And then you got Vanderbilt coming out of nowhere and giving us problems. This is pathetic. We're 7-1. A win is a win. Well, I mean, in college football, it really isn't a win, just isn't a win. Like, you got to win with some style. You got to win with some flair. This isn't the NFL where a win is a win. I hope we stay in the top 5. We're number 5 right now, but I hope beating Vanderbilt on the road, quote unquote, but beating them in Nashville, Tennessee, and they were 25th in the nation. Hopefully we stay at this spot or maybe move. I don't think we're going to move up a spot. There hasn't been any upsets this weekend. So Ohio State won. They beat Nebraska. Oregon dominated Illinois. So I expect for it to stay the same. Indiana, they should move into the top 12 now. I don't know where they're going to be ranked, but I assume I think they should be ranked in the top 10, maybe. Notre Dame had a big win over Navy, undefeated Navy. I'm not sure how the ranking is going to fall out tomorrow, but man. Still plenty of football left. Of course, A&M, LSU. I'm going for A&M. Pretty much one of the few times I'll ever go for them. Don't really care for them at all. And Colorado and Cincinnati play tonight. Man, I hate that fucking schedule. I hate when they play at 9 fucking o'clock, 9:15. I fucking hate that shit, man. But anyway, brothers, pretty pissed about this, but we got the win. I mean, at least we got the win. Alabama can't say the same against Vanderbilt. Just a little shaken. Not very high on this win. But at least it's not a loss. But all right, my brothers, peace.